Hey guys, friends and family back in Seattle. Hope life is treating you well. I just wanted to give you guys an update where I've been. Here's my buddy Goliath. Yeah, I've named my backpack Goliath. It's a big thing. When I'm wearing it, it looks gigantic on me, and I don't know, I think David and Goliath, come on. If you guys know me, you know it. You love my cheesy humor. So, in the 2 months, so today is August the 5th when I'm recording this, I moved here on June the 3rd. So it's now been a little over just 2 months and a couple of days. 2 months and 2 days, actually. 2. I don't know. A little crazy. So in that time, I've learned a couple of things, and I've found some really interesting things about Dublin that caught me off guard. First off, especially coming from a place like Seattle, where you don't jaywalk at all. Like, jaywalking is just one of those things that most locals don't do it. You know, you're going to get a ticket. It's just one of those things. You come to Dublin, that's not the case. It is like a game of live-action Frogger. Like, the locals hop across the street, and not only is it, like, a little bit challenging for most Americans because they drive on the left versus the right, it's all a little bit backwards. They actually even put in most of the city center area on the crosswalks that say look left or look right to help tourists who are pretty sure have been drunk and have probably gotten hit by cars. Even during the day, I haven't looked the right way and almost gotten hit a couple of times during my first couple of weeks here. It is a little crazy. And then watching it like at night when people are a little drunk, crossing the street is definitely a live-action Frogger game. The second thing that I've been really enjoying and thought I was kind of amazed by Dublin, and maybe this is the amount of burrito shops. Like, my very first job was at a Taco Del Mar in Seattle. It's like a basic burrito shop. But apparently over the last couple of years, the burrito shop craze has hit Dublin to a point of where they're everywhere. It's like an infection. It's an infection of black beans and guacamole and shredded pork. And I went out. I've been to 2, and that's actually not bad. I was actually a little hesitant to try Mexican food in Dublin and Ireland in general, coming from North America. It's just, you want to think it'd have good Mexican food, but yet it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good Mexican food. I'm gonna I'll take it. So that was the other thing that kind of surprised me, and all in the food vein as well. That shocked me. I was shocked to figure out that that's a big trend. Is the Colonel is totally represented here. Yeah, I'm talking Kentucky Fried Chicken. Not even just Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's the whole Southern Fried Chicken. And here's the thing that I find most hilarious, is that the places don't even do Southern Fried Chicken correctly. It's not like breaded and then fried. It's just kind of like thrown in the fryer, so it doesn't have that super extra crispiness. Or it's like kind of breaded but not breaded super well. Like, especially like the small little takeaway. That's another thing. So it's not trying to think what the American term is for it now. They call it takeaway here, or to go in the States. We call it to go. They call it takeaway. It's like these little changes. But a lot of the takeaway places, which most of them don't have seating, like fast food places here don't have seating unless it's an American place. But going back to the subject of chicken, is that they actually have they love the Southern Fried Chicken. And they love chicken wings, like the buffalo chicken wings. They like the spicy food. I didn't think that was going to be popular, but it's really popular. And so number 3 on the list of kind of crazy things that I found interesting about Dublin. The third being that they're actually a large chunk of Brazilians. I didn't realize that this is a place where a lot of Brazilian people actually immigrate to, is Dublin. It's kind of cool. There's actually some really good Brazilian restaurants that I've been to. So at my first Airbnb that I stayed at, there was actually 2 of the housemates there were actually from Brazil, and they recommended some awesome Brazilian places. And it's a really interesting kind of mix of where you have, but also just overall, Dublin is a very much an international city. One of the other things I love, number 4. And you'll see this throughout Dublin, is the fact that because it's such an international city, you walk down the street and you hear multiple languages all over the place, especially when you're on O'Connell Street, which is kind of one of the main drags of the city. And you'll notice when you have the school groups here in the summertime, from either Spain, Italy, Greece, France, because they all wear the same color backpack. Like it's all this red back, like it's like red small little backpacks, or it's all the same like color, so you know it's from the same kind of school group. And you'll just hear that like these 14, 15-year-old kids just chatting, walking up the street or walking through Temple Bar area. And I don't know, it's one of those things that you don't hear that in the States. I lived in different parts of the country, and even then it would be mostly English. Here you can walk, a couple blocks and you can hear Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Greek, French, German. I don't know, I find that, or even just some of the kind of the funny humor that is, and all the little slang words that makes Dublin and the Irish people such a wonderful people. Yeah, overall, everyone in Ireland that I met, all the Irish people so far I've met, very friendly people. Great conversation, great crack as they call it, and they talk kind of fast, and this lingo, I can't pick it up all that quickly. I'm starting to get it, and I'm starting to understand, like, so this is being shot in my little room. I don't have an apartment, I live in a gaff, so these are some like little lingo things that I'm learning, and it's a fun thing. So within these 2 months and 2 days, I went and I got myself a place in Dublin 9, so it's the north side of the city, in the Glasnevin kind of neighborhood village area. It's right next to the National Botanic Gardens, and another park, which is right down, which is literally right behind me, is called Griffin Park. It's really cool to have a park literally right out my door. I enjoy it. It's fantastic. I also was able to get a job within these 2 months. I am the head chef. I didn't think I was going to be a head chef right away, but just kind of how the circumstances worked out. I am a head chef at a place called The Front Door, a very new restaurant that opened up literally about 2 weeks ago or so. We're still kind of trying to find our legs and everything. And it's been quite a journey. I wasn't expecting to be a head chef, and now I am. And it's kind of awesome, kind of scary, kind of like I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing, and it's just been a great and wonderful experience so far in 2 months. I've been really grateful for this experience. The fact that I'm crazy enough to come out and move out to Dublin, still happening, and recognizing that the Irish kind of take their time. They don't rush it too much, and that's okay. I can dig that. I've made quite a few friends, mostly Irish folk, but I've made a couple of friends that are actually from Spain. And for those that know that I love to get my dance on and know that I've been doing the salsa at the beginning part of the year, I actually found a place where I do salsa on Sunday nights. So I'm still getting my Sunday night salsa in, and it's also bachata too. So it's really cool that I'm in Ireland, but I still get my Latin dancing in, which is awesome. It's just been overall a wonderful experience. Have there been some times where I've been feeling a little homesick? Yes. Have there been some times where I've been wondering, why did I do this? I am crazy and nuts. Yeah. There are definitely those moments of up and down, of wondering, what am I really doing? Yet, overall, this has been one of the best experiences so far in my life. I can honestly say that in this last 2 months and 2 days, it has been one of those things of where I don't know how to express it, because the first 2 weeks were really tough. I was in so much fear my first 2 weeks. I couldn't step into what's called the Spar. It's basically like the 7-Eleven. It's like the deli / convenience store. I was too afraid to go into the deli. I was too afraid to go into a convenience store for 2 weeks. There's nothing to be actually afraid of it, but I just was afraid. It was just this weird fear I had. Yet through kind of the help of hanging out with some fellows and some fellowships, has kind of allowed me to realize that I can be in a different part of the world, but I'm still the same old crazy, goofy old me. And for that, I'm kind of glad. And I'm also like, dude, why haven't I changed that much? Or maybe I have. I don't know. But I have noticed my little internal monologue definitely going a little Irish on me. It's just been a great experience.